What is up, everybody? It is the Oracle at Mushin here with a New Year's tarot reading for all of my Leos. Jumping right into it, we have your Oracle card for the next year, which is Fear. And kind of as you notice, there's all the colors of the chakra are represented here, but they're all kind of dirtied down and held back. I don't think this is saying that you're going to be stuck in this position of fear, that this is largely about you having to face your fears in the upcoming year. Staying stuck is an option, but it's not an option that you want to take. And here's the thing. If you don't face your fears, those things are still going to be there, and the potential for that to come up and hinder you is still there. The only real choice that you have is to move forward. You can stay stuck, but there really is no benefit to it. To help you navigate through that, I have this sigil here. That sigil is the sigil of faith that I've created for you. Faith is the antidote to fear, and when you put faith in yourself, in the universe, in the mysteries, whatever you want to call it, it can definitely help you overcome your fear. So this year, rather than staying in fear, stay in faith, and understand that if you put yourself out there, what you want to happen may not happen, and you might make a damn fool of yourself at times. But if you don't take risks, and if you don't try to reach past your current standpoint, you're going to get stagnant. With that, I'm going to shuffle the cards and get into your cards for the year. While I'm doing that, I want to take the time to tell you that to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. You can also listen to this on the Tarotcast, Tarot to Go podcast on major podcasting platforms. Check out the description on anything, and you can see where you can donate if you so choose, or get a personal reading, or just connect with me. And with that, I'm going to get into your first card. Where can you benefit? So where can you benefit in the upcoming year? Taking some time to yourself and getting outside of the day-to-day life. So you have the Two of Bows in here. Bows is relative to swords in traditional tarot. Swords is relative to air. The element of air is all about thoughts. So this is about kind of clearing your thoughts and getting a higher perspective of things. If you notice that there's this eye behind this person looking down upon them, that's kind of getting that more unified look at your circumstances, getting that more selfless view of your circumstances. Also, is on this yellow wall. Yellow is relative to the navel chakra, which is sense of self. So it's seeing your sense of self in the larger scheme of things. Oftentimes, most of our fear is based on self-centeredness and only seeing ourselves in these circumstances. So when you can take time to disconnect, quiet your mind, look inside, a lot of that fear is going to dissipate, and also quieting your mind will help you act upon faith in the coming year. Okay, so what do you need to think about in regards to this? Ten of Stones comes up. That's healing. So you need to think about how you can heal. Stones is relative to cups in traditional tarot. Cups is relative to water. Water is relative to your emotions. So the Ten of Stones is really about this new beginning to your emotions. And if you look at the card, there's this dark blue, which is kind of like third eye chakra. There's a light blue, which is throat chakra. So this is like harmonizing your intuition, your voice, and that's blended with this purple of the crown chakra, so infusing spirituality. And then the red is the root chakra, which is kind of infusing this healing of these upper chakras into your material reality. And you have to have faith that you can do this, and you have to let go of your fear of the methods that you need to heal. Oftentimes, how we need to heal is usually by ending toxic relationships, setting boundaries, getting honest with ourselves. Healing is messy work, and not a lot of people want to do the footwork for it. But when you can kind of separate yourself like you needed to do or like where you can benefit in the first card with the Two of Bows, you can get a better opportunity for that healing. So what do you need to do is the next card. 21 comes up, which is the World. You need to end this cycle, so that a new cycle can begin. And that's one of the things too. Oftentimes we'll get in these habits of these unfulfilling, unhealthy patterns, and we won't want to get out of them because they're familiar. At times our misery can become so familiar, and our suffering can become so familiar, and our problems can become so familiar that we almost attach our identity to what we're facing rather than where we could be going. So you really have to put an end to these self-defeating stories you're telling yourself. You have to put an end to putting your mind towards things that you don't want. I've heard it said that anxiety is a prayer for the things that you don't want to happen. So you need to quiet that, put a little faith in yourself, put a little faith in your higher power, put a little faith in your life, and step out on that, because you can't stay in fear any longer. And then finally, the challenge in all of this, and the challenge for you is going to be this deep healing, because like I said, you have a lot of fear about doing the things that you need to do to heal. My best advice to you is going to be separating yourself out. Like even your fear of being alone and your fear of looking in your mind is difficult. And the journey to healing starts within ourselves. Then you really need to work on diving into your emotions and filtering your emotions through honest communication with yourself, your intuition, and your higher power in this cosmic consciousness, which can be uncomfortable for a lot of us also. Looking at the world through the lens of cosmic consciousness is unsettling for many people because we're so addicted to the sensory reality, not the holistic picture of everything. Then when you finally get there, putting an end to everything is frightening too, because it's this whole new beginning. Like a lot of people like to say they're woke in this and that, but really it's an awakening process, and it's going to go on long after this material existence too. People that say they're woke are probably more asleep than people that don't realize they're sleeping, I guess is how I would put it. So this is the end of one cycle and the beginning of a much, much larger, longer one. So that's incredibly frightening. The spiritual path is eternal, essentially. Then you have this healing card where it's this naked woman getting into this water, which is representative of her emotions. The nakedness of this too is really a reflection of shedding off these false beliefs and kind of freeing herself. The purple hair is about having this faith that's instilled here and kind of really connecting with spirit. The red butterflies are this transmutation of material reality, like the transformation of it. And yeah, it's going to be an unsettling process for you, but you can do it. You have the capability of doing it. You just have to dive in and do it. With that, I just want to say Happy New Year's to all my Leos. Y'all have the courage of a lion if you're willing to do it. Don't be the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz. You got to step out and you got to put your faith in action. Get your heart into all of it. Finally, what I'd like to say is like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out a month-by-month reading for the collective for the new year as well. So check that out. Check out the TarotCast, Tarot Readings to Go podcast. Also, check out the description and look at all of the good little things in there for you to help me for what I'm doing. Love, light, blessings. Peace.